Hello, everybody, and welcome to what is now episode 33 of the Brick Chappell podcast. We're flying through, aren't we? It'll be a year in just a couple of weeks, but we'll get to that later. How you guys doing? How you been? I'm going to jump right into comments this week because we're going to fly right through this half hour. I'm all but certain of it. Starting things off right away, we've got Samantha from before. She asked a question about the story I told about a neighbor scratching the door, and I couldn't remember what she was talking about, and then she clarified. So I had a neighbor at my old job who sold crack and was a prostitute and lived upstairs. Or I don't know, it was crack per se, but she sold things and herself and lived upstairs. And she put her phone number on the wall for a while, and I was just like, come on, man. So the only update of that is eventually it got painted over, and it was the wrong color forever too, but hey, at least that's over with. Gonna skip over a couple comments here, just over like the Song in a Day live streams, because they're just people being like, that's good, and that's good, thank you guys. The Song in a Day live streams are going really well. Somebody made fun of me for the way I say tremolo. I don't know if I'm saying it right or wrong. Tremolo? I don't know, man. It's effect I hate the most, to be honest with you, so I don't use it. My buddy Vince commented on the Song in a Day number 1, so he went back and like really worked through. So I should mention some of his comments. We talked about loops a little bit, and looping is a thing that I really just don't do enough of, I bet. Like, I know how to do it. You just loop something in a DAW, or you get a looper pedal. I've never... I mean, I guess I have a looping pedal right now. I have a delay pedal that has a loop ability in it, but I don't use it. I've never owned a looper. I had a roommate that had one once, and the best use I ever had for it with him was we tried to record some electric guitars once in the living room with like a real amp and a microphone and everything. And to do so, I was kind of showing him how I do all of it. And I just looped the guitar and then showed him how I mic'd the cabinet. So that was a good reason to have one, I guess. But, man, they're not for me in terms of pedals. I have been using loops in terms of productions, you know, obviously forever. If you find a good 4 bars, you loop the crap out of it. But, you know, that's a whole different thing, I guess. And then good old Brandon Ruggles here commented on my podcast last week about the guitar tone, that it was a little bit thin with the amp. And I agree, like I have no low end in that signal at all. There is kind of a low hump in it that's on purpose around like 100 hertz, but there's no sub in it. I keep my guitar tone really thin on that side just so there's room for all the bass underneath. And also the thing I'm using the amp for, I usually blend it with the Axe effects. So the tone I'm usually looking for out of an amp, whether it's my Mesa Boogie that I'm using or friend's Marshall or whatever it may be, is the hi-fi high-end thing. So by getting rid of the low end, you can really get the most of the amp, I find, in doing that kind of tone too. So it's what I've been doing. Kevin has been being ridiculously adorable, and I really hope I can get her right on the Kevin camera. Do the thing. She has this tiny ball. Yep, there we go. Really? She's been so cute. Wow. Well, she'll bring it in to make noise, but not to actually play with us. Are you kidding me? The second I put the phone in... Cats. You hurt... Cats. Okay, let's just jump right into all the stuff I did this week here for all the musical nerds out there like myself. I've been trying to keep a list here. Oh, on Sunday, last Sunday, so the day of the podcast there, I went Saturday night, so I filmed a podcast the night before, spoiler alert. So I talked about going to a jam, and it was a very small jam. It was really just some family friends and whatnot. And I ended up playing drums for a hot minute. There was a kid's kit and a real kit mushed together, so I had a double kick. So here's 3 seconds of me playing double kick. And it was a make noise night. But the one part of it that I should mention is I got a guitar, kind of. This is a guitar I've had for a little while, about a year and a half or so. It's very dusty now at this point. It's a Squier Bass 6, so it's like a 30-inch 6-string guitar. I had a friend of mine, the one I saw last weekend there, wrote it for humbuckers. I'm only going to do one in the bridge, but he did both, just in case I ever wanted to do something else with it too. And I kind of want to do a piezo, but I don't think that's possible just with the string spacing and everything in this guitar, but I won't bore you with that too much. I will do a whole bunch of podcasts on this thing once it's done and all the modifications that have been done so far. Basically, this is a bass guitar that has 6 strings, but I have decided to tune it up to be like a low-tuned heavy metal guitar. And now Kevin's got the ball again, and of course, kittens. And yeah, that was my Sunday night there. Next up was, all my post-it notes are stuck together. Monday was Easter. Oh my God, this week has been just a whirlwind of flying by now that I think about it. I made turkey twice, turkey legs, and just like a turkey roll breast kind of thing with stuffing and everything. That was the whole time. The turkey roast we grabbed at first didn't fit in my oven. So we tried to do the thing you do where you try to cut it, but you realize it's a frozen turkey and it's not happening. So then we went with turkey thighs instead, or turkey legs, which were massive. So I have so much leftover turkey right now. It's not even funny. But I love leftover turkey, so sandwiches all day, every day. Let's go. And maybe even, maybe I'll make some soup or something. I don't know. You guys got the leftovers? Let me know. That was, basically all about Easter was just food for me this year. That's how it should be. Tuesday, I did the Song in a Day live stream, and it foreshadowed the rest of the week, I guess, in a way, too. The Song in a Day live stream just glitched the shit out of itself, like 2 hours in or so. The video's still on YouTube, and basically I started at noon and I was done at about 5. But you'll notice the video's like 3 or 4 hours long, so it missed a whole middle section, and then what happened after that? Not only did it miss that middle section, but it kind of just dropped frames. So I had to okay, I don't even know how far I want to get into it. I had to restart a bunch of computers, basically. And then, even though I restarted all the computers, it stayed in the same live stream. So some people, I think, sat through some of the chaos. I tried to do my best to do like a saving pass of it. But the ball is... Will you be cute on camera? Nope, see, she's gone when I turn around. Cats. Anyways, I did a shortcut of it that is on YouTube just to try to save as soon as I start talking again. Hopefully you can see her in the background, like a tail at least or something. Because, like, if I go to the camera... Nope, she took... There we go. How it's so hard to film that cat. We're all gonna get motion sickness. Never mind. All that noise, though. All the noise. It's so hard not to be distracted when you have a kitten just going fully bananas behind you. I don't know what else to call it. But anyways, yeah, it all glitched right out. So I tried to salvage it the best I can. I don't really know what went wrong, but I did learn by restarting one specific part of it that that's what saved it. So in the future, if it glitches out again, I should be able to save it in far less than an hour. So fingers crossed that won't happen again, but if it does, we're hopefully a little bit more prepared. That happened Wednesday. Oh, Wednesday. Okay, let's show you the thing I did Wednesday. Wednesday, I updated the song from the Song of the Day live stream. Typically, I get it done during the live stream. But then, I mean, obviously, I don't just turn off my brain afterwards. I'm still thinking about it a little bit or whatever. So here it is with a little bit more work done to it. It's heavy. Hopefully that's not deafening us. No, I don't think so. So I basically just added a bunch more keyboards, because keyboards go a long way. And a couple mix things here and there. For those that haven't watched the Song of the Day live stream, I do it every Tuesday at noon. And yeah, I sit down at noon and then I have this. 4 hours later, or 5. This time it's heavy. I wrote a metal song. Like, sometimes that's fun. I use the Blood Splatter V, you know, 5-string bass, 7-string guitar, drop G, all the metal words. I'm gonna blow my nose like a gross guy for a second. Oh, and I added strings. I usually call it sort of epicizing when I do the next round of polish from the Song in a Day stream. So the process would be write the song in the live stream in this case, and then make it a little more epic later when I have more time to sit with the synthesizer or the strings or whatever's not fun to do on camera, essentially. So I'll do a pass of that, and then from here, the choice would be to like rewrite the lyrics a little bit and re-sing it, and then retrack stuff and like finish the song if I wanted to put it on an album or release it on its own or whatever that would be. I don't know, because on Tuesday I'm just gonna write another one. And my current plan is maybe at the end of the year I'll release like my top 10 favorites or something. But I also have another album that I'm working on and another one coming out next month. So there's a lot of music on its way. And not all of it is this. In fact, none of it is this so far. But sometimes you just gotta do a metal-ass song. I even put a breakdown in this. Because the Song in a Day live stream is just that, it's a live stream. So I have your chat open and all that. So somebody in the chat was like, do a breakdown. And I was like, okay. I never do breakdowns, so this is my first one in like a decade. I don't know if it's breakdowny enough. It's Breakdowny Junior, how about that? It's springtime and my allergies are really kicking in, I think. But clearly the vocals need a level of sing it again but good, you know? But overall, heavy tune, kinda catchy in a way. And I do have more ideas for it if I was to, you know, pursue it more from here. I have a super heavy metal album that I want to work on that already has 10 songs that this wouldn't, it's not needed for. So maybe there's a lot of heavy songs coming out in the future, because riffs like this are really fun to play and really fun to write. Even though that should be 2 hits, not 3 hits at the end. So yeah, on Wednesday I made that and did all that live stream saving and whatnot. Oh, hey, kitty cat. What else did I do? Oh, sorry, Wednesday I did half of that, and Thursday I did the other half. And then, yeah, that was pretty much it, because I think Friday was the day that it all went wrong. No. Okay, there's even more of the progress that we're making. I have finally started tracking vocals for my next release. So there's an ambient album coming out next month that we're gonna promote like crazy here on YouTube, and it's all, you know, that stuff. Oh hey, the guitar's still in camera. That's nice. So that's its own thing that comes out May 2nd. That's called Sanctuary, and I'm gonna beat you over the head with so many videos about it later that I don't need to do it during the podcast. But the next project I'm working on recording and currently recording is the album I've been working on for the whole duration of the podcast too. Like the ambient thing was just a little side project there that I used to kill some time and refocus some stuff. So I've been back to work finally on Outlier. I tracked vocals for one song and then went back to just mix them before I track the next song and, you know, proof, make sure my voice is okay on that. And there's little touch-ups I want to do already. But the next day, okay, so that's that. The next day is the next thing I've got written down, isn't it? Yes. I, in the morning, went to open up the files just to do a quick little mix of it, and a couple of my plugins weren't working, and then more of my plugins weren't working, and then the whole UAD suite of things wasn't working, and then all my Adobe stuff was freaking out. And basically, I thought my computer grenaded. So I had a small meltdown, and am not prepared to pay $1,600 or $2,000 or $4,000 for a new computer, but started to swallow the pill of looking around for computers because I frankly need one. And yeah, I ended up saving it through a couple, like, booting up in safe mode and reinstalling things, and fingers crossed it's got a couple more months in it, or hopefully a year or so, but I think we should be saving up for a new Mac soon. And before you tell me to go PC, because I'll save money, I don't do that. I don't do PCs. I don't understand them. I've been an Apple guy forever, so it doesn't make sense to me. It pairs with my phone. That's how I can do the streaming stuff. That's how I do everything I do is Apple. So I have to blow my nose one more time here. Sorry, one sec. It's spring allergies, man. April. We'll just grab more tissues. How about that? And we don't need the headphones if I'm not showing the music anymore, so that's good. Ugh. But yeah, that computer thing really irked me. I could put it that way. Like, it was not fun. It took, I think, 4 hours in total to just boot up the computer like 5 times, uninstall a bunch of programs. Like, I'm gonna get frustrated if I talk about it again too much, frankly, so I won't. But it was the whole thing, and for those that, you know, well, not for make music, I'm sure those that make music know, but for those that even just do anything in their office with their computer, I'm sure they know computers can be the bane of your existence. So, but I muscled through, and the thing is back to life here. And that, like I said, that was a completely separate issue than the one I was having during the stream, as far as I know. So maybe it's just a season for some computer shenanigan. I don't know. Today, which is currently Saturday, even though for you it's Sunday, I finally uploaded a YouTube video I've been talking about forever. So it was supposed to be our 500 subscriber celebration, but instead of doing that, I waited till I hit 597 because that made way more sense. Basically, I had tagged in some help to do some elements of it that fell through, and these things happen, you know, it's all good. But I ended up just finally putting my last coat of polish on it today and releasing the Cult of Personality. So that is up over on YouTube, and I'm sure floating around somewhere on recommended videos if you watch enough of my things at some point in your life now. Sorry if I clogged this feed so much. But how much can I say about that? I've been working on that song for like over a year on and off. At first, it just got stuck in my head one day after it was, I think it's mentioned in a podcast or something. Or on a show on Netflix. You know how it goes. You hear something you've heard a million times, but it came back. And then I was playing Grand Theft Auto Vice City a bunch, and then it was in that game a bunch, so I was like, I'm really listening to this. And then I learned how to play it, and it was really fun on guitar. So there you go. I tried to program the drums. That went okay. It kind of just fell together. I did borrow an instrument for it. The bass guitar on that is a Yamaha BX1? YBX1? I don't remember. It's not mine. It's my old coworker Colton's. It's a awesome and such a weird looking bass. It just looks like a little black alien blob, essentially. Like, you know that comet that passed Earth a while ago that people thought was an alien? It's that, but a bass. And it sounds huge. Like, huge. It sounds like an active bass, even though it's fully passive. So, I want one now, of course, because who wouldn't? But, yeah, I have enough bass guitars for now. That's for sure. Another thing that happened... Oh, no, we're going to finish talking about Cult of Personality first. The solo for that, let's talk about all the instruments for it. So, it was Colton's bass guitar, which sounded awesome. Run through my usual channel and talk about all the signal chain of that. For guitars, it was the first thing I recorded when I got the 80s Explorer in there. I recorded it with it as soon as it was in my possession, and then I filmed it as soon as I got all the black hardware on it, so it looked awesome. And then the solo, that's part of why it took so long, was I was waiting for, hardware to show up and things like that. I really procrastinated on that video. But the solo is a guitar I don't even own anymore. It used to hang in the background of the podcast all the time. It was a 2022 or 21 Kramer Beretta special. Nothing crazy. But it was crazy because it had a big, crazy blue and flame paint job that was all nuts. I ended up trading that guitar in towards this one because a Murphy Lab Les Paul is a lot more timeless and valuable to me than a crazy hot rod single pickup Van Halen-esque guitar. When I have the Van Halen guitar, I want over there too. So, downsizing. And speaking of downsizing, let's go right into the next thing I downsized. I sold a guitar today. You never like selling a guitar, but hey, this is how it goes, right? I sold my Strat, one of my Strats. You can see there's still one hiding. Technically, the Franken Strat is a Strat, and then there's a silver Strat hiding in the corner there. That's the only Strat I own now. I had, sorry to keep me engrossed here. I had a 2015, I think it was, 14, 15. I got it in 2019, so not new. Jimi Hendrix Strat. So it was the made in Mexico, flipped headstock, reverse pickup, vintage wiring. Great, great guitar. The last thing I used it for was I put Nashville strings on it and recorded a couple layers on Shine Those Eyes off the next record. I know that for sure. And I think another song or two, but I just remember Shine Those Eyes especially. It has a nice little feature moment. But, not a feature moment. I don't want to spoil too much of it, but that song has an instrumental section, let's call it, that a lot of guitars. So some of them sound like 12 strings, and they're not. They're a Strat with fancy strings. But having 2.5, because I kind of count Frankie, Strats was excessive. So the Evertune Strat solves so many problems. Having an Evertune guitar is life. It's love. I have 2 right now, or 3 if you count the 7-string. 7-string that I keep in open G, or open C with a low G. The Stormbender, which is, of course, Devin Townsend-esque, so it goes in open C. Why not? And then there is the Strat in the corner there that's just in standard tuning, or drop D if you want. And, sorry, now I'm distracted by Kevin just pancaking herself and being cute. And really, with the guitars I've got now, I always say I'm down to my bare minimum, but I always want more, too. I want 2 acoustics so I can have one for each tuning, and I want 2 basses for this so I can have one for each tuning and all that kind of stuff. But there's a level of it that's spoiled, obviously, because you can always just have one acoustic for every tuning and one guitar with multi-voice pickups, let's call it, for everything. But I really try to push everything to the most it can do sound-wise. Like, I don't think I'm the best player or anything like that in the world, of course. But sometimes you really need a single coil to do the single coil thing, and sometimes you really need an active humbucker to do the active humbucker thing. So having that variety really comes in handy. And then the tuning thing with Evertunes has just changed my life so much. I love it. So I really want to throw an Evertune in the silver bass back there, so it'll match the Strat. But I have to wait till that bass becomes available, too, the bass bridge. And then once I do that, I think I may purchase a affordable 5-string bass to change the tuning up and have just as a not a replacement, but I don't have a bass that can do things like that either. Like I said, it's instruments I always want to accumulate. It's just how it goes. Basically, to fill you in on my full genius evil plan here, evil genius plan I should call it. When this bass 6 is done being converted, it will be a 6-string guitar that's kept in drop A, and then I would like to pair that with a 5-string bass guitar kept in drop A as well, because just fretting wise and composition wise and sonically, I think it'll just go together really well. And I've played the guitar already in drop A, and I know how good it feels and sounds. But I now am working on getting that humbucker put in it and a new pickguard made and all the other things to really finish it off. So it's going to be months until that guitar is done. But when it is, I have one song already written that I demoed out, and then so many more riffs and ideas to do an album of sort of Nickelback-esque drop a anthem-y stuff. You know, here, I'll give you a little teaser of the one song written so far. It's called Merlot, because Nickelback songs are about booze, you know? It's a little more feelingsy than some Nickelback songs, you know. Not that they don't, I mean, some of their, I love Nickelback, let's put it that way. I could go on and on about that. But where's the demo of Merlot? This one's not about strippers, let's put it that way. This one's more like, let's get drunk and question our feelings. I don't know. I didn't do this one on live stream before, but I may as well just show you the whole demo of it right now. Why not? Throw the headphones on just to make sure the levels are right. So this one's in the stage where I would need to go back and epicize it still. And then, so like add, you know, tons more guitars and retrack it because the tuning of the guitars is a little messy and all that stuff. It's the demo at this point, you know? Because parts of it sound really happy, and parts of it are the big thing I'm looking for this album. So this is sort of just the first song I wrote that I used that instrument for, in that tuning and everything. It was like, oh, there's something here. So not that, but this vibe, see? Like, that needs work. But the deep sub bass and the heavy guitars, if I mixed that better and sang it all better, it could be cool. And then I'll do synthesizers and all the stuff I usually do too to make it super epic. But here, I'll fast forward around a little bit. I don't want to give away all this demo because, like I said, I might make a bunch of changes to it. The bridge is cool. Let's find that. I think it's here. Yeah. Oh, and I can show you the kitten because she's being cute and calm. There's your Kevin for the week. She's just vibing. It's a shame with a dramatic kitten zoom in. There you go. I like the symphonic elements of it too, probably a lot more than the electronic elements of it. I don't know if that means that the synths were just crap before, or if I just don't like them as much as I will inevitably like the symphonic stuff. But there's something there, you know? Oh, I gotta blow my nose again, sorry. Or just keep sneezing. At least you have something to listen to that's not just sneezing guy. I think the song's neat. I've been told I blow my nose too hard, and it's what's giving me a sinus issue. This could be it. But yeah, I think I have a whole project worth of stuff that could sound like that, bubbling away too. And basically, I mean, right now I want to finish the vocals of Outlier this month, and then wrap up the mix of it hopefully the next month. And then we'll release it in a little while. Like I said, I have Sanctuary to release too and talk all about, and that's the ambient album that's coming out super soon. But I also have the super heavy metal album, Silver Tree, that it's been boiling away for too long that I need to complete it. And then there's so many more demos, and then there's writing a song every Tuesday like I've been doing live on camera. So we're in the last 30 seconds of the podcast here. What else have I failed to mention? I've been watching shit tons of South Park, but you can always just go and watch that yourself. I love South Park. You should love South Park too. Kevin's run away because now she can tell. My energy level spikes near the end of the podcast, I guess, right? Oh, you've been wonderful. I've been Rick Chappell. This has been another week. Go check out Cult of Personality, because that's probably the latest thing I've done. It should be on the screen any second now. Maybe there, probably there, maybe even there. I don't know. I've been Rick. You've been great, and I will see you next week. Goodbye.